Hey everybody, if you're a restaurant or hotel business, you know how crucial it is to manage costs without sacrificing quality. That's where FoodBuy, the largest GPO in the industry, comes in. With FoodBuy, you gain access to exclusive pricing, unmatched buying power, and a vast network of trusted suppliers, all designed to help you save time and money. Whether you're running a high-end hotel or a bustling restaurant, FoodBuy is your one-stop partner to streamline purchasing and get the best deals. Want to see how they're changing the game? Visit foodbuy.com today and take your supply chain to the next level. That's foodbuy.com, making smarter purchasing easier than ever.
Jimmy, I got to tell you, we got to, here at the Influencer Row, Jimbo,
yes,
we're getting a lot of multi-talented, multi-time talented on the show, which is really great. So we got an incredible guest here today, a second-time guest, Mr. Michael Beacham, president of California Pizza Kitchen, is here with us. But you know what, Jimmy? Again, before we dig in to Beach and how does one become the president of California Pizza Kitchen, most delicious pizza, but I gotta be honest with you, their salads are what I love. I love their salads the best. So Beach was, he was like went to GW, right? Right, Beach?
Yep.
He worked at Marriott Hotels, TGIF, Chuck E. Cheese, Hard Rock, Darden, Earl Enterprise. I mean, the guy has a resume that is like no other.
Well, I'm going to only interrupt and say, because he also got his MBA from Harvard.
Wait a minute, let me check.
Well, I don't think so.
No?
I think I went to Harvard Business, but I didn't get my MBA there.
Yeah,
I apologize.
No.
Yeah,
Harvard
Jimmy,
Business.
Why don't you let
But
me
I'm good with that. If you want to give it to me like honorarily on the air today,
honorary.
I'll take it.
You know what? I'm going to stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Satsy's the intro guy.
He went to
Cheaper to go this
GW.
route.
He
Yes.
liked Washington. He really enjoyed it. Spent some time in the hotels. He's worked at so many great restaurants. And now he runs California Pizza Kitchen, one of our most cherished brands, not just in America, Jimmy.
CPK.
In the world, I dare say. In the world, I dare say. Jimmy, let's welcome Michael Beacham to the show, huh? Second-time guest, and maybe be the third time.
I'm going to take actually third time as credit because I think you guys batted cleanup for me when I did a speech at Columbia University, and you came afterwards and cleaned up everything I missaid.
I think I remember
So
that. Jimmy,
That is true.
Jimmy's a big Columbia guy.
We did have a fun time up at, we did follow you in that Professor Zager's class.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
So let's bring us home, Jimbo.
Yes.
Huh? Let's talk
Michael,
Beach. Let's
California
talk
Pizza
CPK.
Kitchen has such an amazing history in the casual dining space. And I think, was a pioneering of the California style pizza. And by the way, Schatz, I think that whole Seinfeld episode about, the interesting toppings, I think that was a nod to CPK. But, the creative, fun, menu innovation, technology advancements.
Well, it's their 40th anniversary, I think.
40th anniversary. Can you share 40th anniversary, by the way? And I love the ad campaign you guys have been running.
Well, that's Beach's idea.
Well, anyway,
I'm
can you
not gonna take
share
credit for that.
Can you share
Yes,
what's
you will. On our show,
new
you
and
take credit.
exciting at CPK and some of the initiatives you're focused on right now?
So we've got a lot going on. 40 years of great culinary heritage. We've got a tremendous brand equity. Everybody knows CPK wherever you go around the world. And, we came into this past year, we're a brand that punches above its weight. Everybody knows who we are, but we don't have enough locations.
How many locations you got?
We're just under 210 countries.
Wow.
What's the number you need, Beach?
I'd like to beat 1,000.
I mean, I would too. I mean,
Schatz,
I
that's
hope I win the
breaking
lottery
news.
tomorrow. But
We're gonna work. We're working on some
at
meaningful
200 locations, can't you?
5x growth from 200 to 1,000. Let's do it.
But
Can we
doing-
help?
Yes, you can.
That's what I like to hear. Jimmy, we have a mission. We are going to help Beach go from 200 to 1,000. How much time we have?
Well, I'm a conservative
We don't have
guy
that much
by the
time,
end of the
Jimmy.
year. By the end of the year.
By the end? By the end of this year.
We're pacing ourselves,
I think we
Sergeant.
can do it. I think we can do it. I like it. Listen, you've always been known for. I mean, CPK's always the culinary has always been paramount. I remember my first. I mean, for me, Jimbo, in New York City, they had that CPK. If it's still there on 3rd Avenue by Bloomingdale.
Yes.
And that had to be in its day. I mean, I don't think you weren't there, but it had to be a phenomenal store. If you go back and dig up the numbers, I'm telling you, this store must have crushed it. And we used to go there and wait online.
Yep.
Because I mean, that salad I was saying, I think it was the Asian chicken salad.
Yep. And it's still on the menu.
Chicken chop.
It's so freaking delicious. It's like addicting, and I got to tell you, I love it. So I mean, let's talk about how you balance, because at the end of the day, you're a restaurant and you got, I mean, I know you want to grow to a couple thousand stores, but at the end of the day, the food's got to be awesome. You got to execute on that. But technology, you're a big tech guy. You've seen it all. What are you doing with tech over there? And how do you balance between tech and, innovation in the kitchen?
Well, I mean, nowadays.
Great question though, right?
Yeah.
Beach?
Well,
yeah. It was written down right here.
It was right.
Yeah, right there. I got it right off the page.
Listen, everything's changed in our business over the last
How
10
so?
years. Well, people used to come into a restaurant.
Yeah.
They'd walk, they'd wait in line, they would get sat at a table, they would place their order, a server would write it on a pad, you would bring out the food, they would pay their check, and they'd go home.
Yeah, pretty simple.
And that was it.
Very simple, but a simpler time.
And things are not like that anymore. So we've got to engage consumers in all platforms in every way where they are.
Right.
And look, I have a house with a beautiful kitchen, and we order food.
So you're not even cooking in the kitchen?
Never once.
But it's a nice looking kitchen, though.
It's a nice kitchen.
If you wanted to cook,
It's nice because we don't cook in it. It's like, but actually, my teenagers cook, ironically, and we order food.
Right.
So we're ordering food every night.
And
We're
they're
going
cooking.
out to restaurants, and they're cooking. Well, they got to earn their way. They can't just they can't afford to order food all the time.
Right.
So, but the complexity to be able to achieve that, and being able to meet consumers where they are, you got to have partners with
Right.
that, because if you don't, then you're burdening
On the tech side.
right.
So, like,
You're
give me an example of a partner on the tech side that's making things happen for CPK.
Well, we are across the board. We use Olo with for almost everything.
Got you. So, what's Olo powering for you in the CPK?
All of our
experience?
ordering,
All
all
the
of our
ordering.
engage. It's offense and defense.
Go ahead.
On the defense side, they handle everything from the orders that are coming in through the order platforms, through Rails, through ensuring
And the dispatching of the drivers and
correct.
stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so they
from
take
our
care of
first party as well. So that allows our team members to focus on what they should be, food and service.
Right.
And then on the offense side, engage.
Yep.
Like they're out being able to figure out when customers want getting data and saying, when do you serve them up an ad? Which ad do you serve them up at what time?
Right.
And what platform, so that they're going to actually engage with that. I mean, literally on my phone, 5 times a day, I'll see something and I'll screenshot it and say, "Oh, I'm going to look at that later."
Right.
And then I'll forget about it. And when I'm going through photos a month later, I'll go, "Oh,
You
crap,
get back.
I went and looked at it."
Right.
But if you have somebody who can add some intelligence as to when you're going to give them ads, how you're going to give it to them, so I'll see it and go, perfect timing. You know what? I've got to order something. Or if you know that they have a propensity to do a certain thing at a certain amount of times a week, and they forget, and you remind them,
Right.
then you're able to engage with your consumers to bring them in.
I love it, man. So, but when you got to CPK, was Olo already part of your tech stack, or is that something that you brought in as?
No, it was already there.
It was already there.
But Dawn, who's our CMO,
Yeah.
who I'll credit for the 40th campaign.
No.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk
we'll
about
get to the 40th, but I know
but
Dawn's
she,
a great
Dawn
gal,
is-
but I mean, let's face it, it was your idea, and then she ran with it. It always takes a good, you got to come up with it. But good people run with it. I mean, we'll talk about it in a little bit.
It's that nonverbal communication.
Yeah, I don't
Knows
think
what I'm thinking
exactly.
and knows what they're
Right. She knows you. She knows what you were thinking.
Right. But her and we have a phenomenal marketing team and a great, backed up by a great culinary team.
Yeah.
It's always great. It's one thing to go out and be able to market to consumers, but then you got to have something to give them.
Yeah.
So our culinary team is constantly coming out with new innovative stuff. We have 40 years of a bank of food and recipes that we could pull from.
Right.
And yet they're still coming up with new stuff all the time. And so that team has now really dug even deeper into the Olo products and trying new stuff recently on the catering front.
Yep.
So that's been a huge success for us. And I equate it to like Apple. You open up your phone and you want to check the weather. You used to have to go figure out the weather. We used to have to get trip ticks. You know,
Yeah,
Jimmy,
I remember trip.
we used to get
from-
trip
from
tickets if we wanted to
AAA.
go figure out how to
And
get
have
from
that
one
green
place to
line
another.
all the way up.
Right. Now
yeah.
all we do is open up and push a button because it
Yeah, you got
becomes
Google
great.
Maps, Apple Maps,
Oh.
Waze, whatever you want.
One size fits all. It's there. It's
I don't think
listed
I'd
up.
get anywhere without Waze.
No, I can't either.
Like seriously, I wouldn't know what to do anywhere. I can't. I pull out of my the garage in my apartment.
We used to keep maps in our cars.
Yeah, the
We
big
used to keep the
ones.
big map books.
Yeah.
It was like Rand McNally or something like that. Wasn't that the map company? I mean, you'd go to Barnes and Noble and buy the maps of the places you wanted to go.
Yeah, most of my military training went to Waze because that was all about how to get from one place to another by using, how certain clicks and this and that. Now it's all gone because you can push it out. So
Yeah, no, it's crazy. You're right.
I want to jump in. I want to talk about some of the iconic dishes and how CPK really changed the way people think about pizza and pizza toppings. I mean, my favorite, the Asian chicken chop was a favorite salad, and the barbecue chicken pizza
Oh
was
yeah.
my favorite.
Game-changing.
And it's safe to assume that's absolutely still on the
Yeah.
menu, rocking and rolling.
you got me 10.
Were there ever any moments, and I imagine there might be some fun during your time there or stories you've heard where there were menu items or ideas for pizzas that people say, wait a minute, we can't do that. Any kind of things that might have come up, any kitchen experiments that created some interesting opportunities for CPK.
It's all the time. But, to your point on, there was a defined line before CPK and after CPK. Before CPK, you could get mushroom, sausage, pepperoni, and cheese. After CPK, limitless. So we have food shows every other month where our culinary team and Chef Paul comes in and lays out all his ideas. And there are, of each, maybe we may try 6 pizzas in one
Thanks.
sit down. There's always going to be one that's, all right, that's a little bit too far. So we had mine from about a month ago, and this, make sure this doesn't air because if he hears about it, then he's going to get me crap.
Okay.
But it was
We'll cut this out.
It was a charcuterie pizza. It
Charcuterie.
was basically taking a charcuterie board and put it on
I
top
like
of
the way
pizza.
you say charcuterie. You say it one more time for me.
Charcuterie.
Dude, that's nice. That like rolls on charcuterie.
But our, Mike's hot honey pizza we just did. We just
Yeah,
did a
Mike's,
burnt
that
ends
Mike's
pizza
honey, man. That hot honey's hot. No
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
My kids love that
with
stuff.
the Newski bacon too. That we
Yeah,
you
the
know, we-
Newski
we-
bacon.
One of the CPK is not only known just from the innovation, but it's about the ingredients that we source. They're fresh, they're seasonal. We go to all lengths to make sure that what goes on the pizza is, every ingredient is going to make the end result better.
I think it's such a good point you made about that delineation before CPK and after. Here, Schatz and I, New Yorkers, we take great pride in our pizza. And to his point, I lived right by that restaurant on 60th Street, and it was so jamming. And you brought
And there
this
was an
kind of,
upstairs too.
and there was this kind of California fresh, and it just was wonderfully different. I want to go back to our roots. 20 years ago, was there anything 20 years ago that you think we've now changed for the better? And then I'm going to ask you something maybe nostalgia you want to see come back. But anything that 20 years ago, the restaurant industry, what's something that's changed for the better? And there's been a lot of changes. Can you pick one for us?
I think it's the availability. It's the accessibility. You can get whatever you want now, when you want it, where you want it, how you want it.
Yep.
And in the past, you couldn't do that.
No.
Now, even things like, you go down a supermarket aisle now. If you go down a frozen food aisle, you see nothing but restaurant brands.
Oh yeah.
You go over to the deli section.
You guys are
you see
CPKs in the retail, right?
We've been in for
a long
20
time.
years.
Yeah.
We do a lot of. My kids grew up on CPK. And there wasn't a CPK near us. I was a single dad.
Yeah,
and-
frozen pizzas, and I mean, obviously, frozen pizza's been around forever because
That's
I
what I
was
fed
at
them all
the
the time.
Ilios. Remember the Ilios?
I remember Elias.
The Ilios,
Square-
the
square thing.
Stofers, but yeah, so CPK, yes, yeah, that's
We're actually launching right now. We've never done frozen pizza outside the U.S.
Mhm.
Even though our stores and our brand recognition far expands beyond the border.
Sure.
So we're launching in Asia right now with frozen pizza. So we have a Peking duck pizza.
Peking duck pizza, I like it. Peach.
That'll be launching soon.
I love it,
The
man.
legend just walked by.
Oh my goodness, that is definitely a legend over there. No, these halls are filled with legends right now. I got to tell you.
Feeling it.
Listen, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. We got some great stuff. It's which came first, a little hot or not, and a little quick fire. And we are back, and I got to tell you, we are excited. Okay, we're gonna go right with a little which came first. Okay, for the Olo 20th anniversary, 20 years of Olo. Olo's been 20 years. Okay, Beach, are you ready?
Yes.
Which came first? Okay, was it Olo or was it the CPK? I'm going to test you here. Barbecue chicken pizza. Don't go looking.
I know.
Jimmy, don't be cheating now.
Not cheating.
You're cheating.
CPK barbecue chicken pizza was before the founders of Olo was probably born.
So what are you talking about?
I'm talking 40 years.
So you're saying which came first? Was it Olo?
CPK barbecue chicken pizza.
According to my information here, they both came out in 2005. Is that a typo? I mean, because I got typos at the yin yang today on this thing.
I'm going with Beach on this.
Yeah.
The 40-year-old brand, that's one of their signature pizzas.
We're going to need some producer chat GPTing, please, and double check when this. Beach is saying that the CPK original barbecue chicken pizza is 40 years old.
I'm not saying 40 years.
Well, it's the first thing.
But it was at the first.
Yeah, I would agree with you. That was like the first thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julie. I know what she was doing. She was right. I'll tell you one thing. She was not fact checking. Julie, you were not fact checking.
Maybe Olo is around 40 years, and we didn't know that.
See that we don't, but we know because Noah wouldn't even been born yet. Noah was like 26.
Yeah, but Noah was thinking of that when he was.
He was as an infant. He was dead. I agree. All right, which came first, Chipotle or Grubhub? Chipotle or Grubhub? Which came first? 1993 was Chipotle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Grubhub, Jimmy?
Early 2000s.
2005. But Grubhub was really
seamless.
Grubhub, no, but they bought it. It was Grubhub was out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Seamless was in New York. Then Grubhub. So okay, we'll give it. I'll give Julie this one.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Which came first, Waffle House or Olive Garden?
Ooh, Olive Garden.
Yeah, 1982. Waffle House only 2005.
You remember Darden's on my resume, so I know all.
Yeah, but is that Waffle House only 2005?
Yep.
I thought Waffle House was like really old, like from the 60s.
Because it's a classic.
Yeah,
it was born a classic. So
yeah, it was born a classic. All right. Well, there we go. Olive Garden. Jimmy, do you want to guess Waffle House?
Yeah. You know what? I'll go Waffle House.
You go. Yeah. No, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah, it was Olive Garden in 1982. Right. You weren't paying attention. Waffle House was 2005.
On International Drive in Orlando.
Yeah, International Drive. Right. Beach's house is right there.
Yep.
You used to literally walk and go pick up waffles.
Yeah.
Or was the Olive Garden?
Olive Garden.
He used to walk and go pick up the bread.
Yeah.
Very good bread.
All you could eat bread.
Very good bread.
Yeah, you would love that. You'd love.
Hey, restaurant operators, Burke Enterprises is your go-to solution provider for everything you need for comprehensive disposables and packaging. High-quality, eco-friendly food service disposables, from cups and cutlery to takeout containers. It's all custom-branded solutions, though. Burke, really, they've been doing it for years. I mean, they are really the leaders in the space, okay? So elevate your brand with custom-printed packaging that enhances the guest experience and drives recognition. That's the key. It's all eco-friendly and sustainable options, but I got to tell you, it's reliable supply chain distribution, consistent, high-quality products delivered efficiently to keep your business running smoothly, okay? And by the way, let me just say one more thing about Burke. It's very cost-effective and scalable, so check it out, Burke Enterprises.
All right, hot or not? Are you ready? Hot or not? Olo edition. Are you ready? Very hot. Hot or not? Online ordering, Beach.
Smoking hot.
Smoking hot.
Incredibly hot.
Off-prem.
Very hot.
Jimbo, I mean, I've never heard one of our guests be so excited that everything was super hot.
I love that. Online ordering, hot. Sorry, super hot. Loyalty, super hot.
That's the L.
And there's your off-prem, super hot. I want to talk about loyalty because I think there's such a misunderstanding from folks that, let's say, are not in the industry. We don't like discounting, but we love rewarding loyalty.
Yes,
that's what I think people don't understand. Can you're enthusiastic on all three, but talk about loyalty a little bit, and what are you guys doing to promote that type of engagement with your guests?
Yeah, we have an incredibly loyal fan base. That we're blessed to have that, and you know, look, we all do that. We wherever we go, there's places that we frequent, and we want to be rewarded for that. We want to be recognized. And so whether I'm at 7-Eleven and putting in my 7 Now number or the gas station.
Look at you with the 7 Now.
7 Now.
Beach, way ahead of the curve.
Shout out to 7-Eleven.
Like triple platinum, diamond, whatever, 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
one
look
of my
at
favorite
Beach.
fine dining restaurants. So wherever you go, like you want to feel like they appreciate that you're a regular, that you're loyal. And we know we wouldn't be who we are if we didn't have our loyal guests.
And does CPK have a full loyalty program?
Yeah.
What is that? Like, what is that? Is that dollars and points? And it's What is that about?
It's not dollars. It's points, and it's actually more. It's evolving. It's a.
If you don't want to talk about it,
surprise
Beach, we
and
don't have to
delight.
talk about
It's a
it.
surprise and delight. Let's say
Surprise and delight.
You're going to get free things, and we're
So
gonna,
that's part of some of the new things in the pipeline.
a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline.
Updating the
A
whole
lot of things with
loyalty
the brand
rule.
coming down.
Right, I got it. Okay. All right, listen, let's go. Jimmy, did you want to opine on anything else? You're good.
No, we're good.
All right, let's go to the quick fire. All right, Beach, we got 5 lightning round questions. Don't think too long. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Sure.
All right, Beach, you're on a deserted island.
Yep.
You got Wi-Fi.
Yep.
You can stream one show and one show only. You can binge the entire time, and you're going to be there a long time, okay? Because no one's finding you, okay? It's a really far away deserted island, okay? What show are you streaming? Just over and over and over again. What is that one show that Beach can listen to over and over again?
So I have a 2.5-year-old, so I've been watching
good Lord.
Frozen probably 3,000 times,
Yeah.
and it just keeps getting better.
Just keeps getting better.
And now we're trying to migrate over to Moana, but yeah.
Really?
So I have I don't think I've watched anything but children's things for quite a while.
I'm right
so
there with you. And I have to say, I'm very pleased with the lineup of movies for our kids right now. I don't know, Shatsy, when your kids were younger, maybe the movies were awesome. I don't remember that, but right now we're in a good we're in a
we
good
had
stage.
like Toy Story.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good.
And all of them. They had
All
like
right.
12 of them. They were all excellent.
So if you're talking about survival skills,
Yeah.
if I can tap into Miss Rachel, and that's going to keep my child entertained and happy right now for
Yeah.
the next couple minutes, I'm doing that. I'll give that.
But your
before
kid's not
water
on the
and
island
electricity.
with you, Beach. It's just
Yeah,
you.
but I'm programmed now to I'm
Yes.
walking around singing.
So if you're
stuff.
stuck on by yourself, you're going Miss Rachel. This is what you're
I'm
going to
going
listen to
Bluey.
for 5 years.
I'm going Bluey. Bluey's
You're
my
not going
jam.
Seinfeld or something.
Nah, Bluey's my
All right,
jam.
all right,
You're not going
look,
Seinfeld.
I
Get
love
entertained?
Seinfeld. That's
Yeah,
my
come
era. Love
Hey,
Seinfeld.
Jimmy's going Bluey. You're
Bluey.
going to watch Bluey over and over and over
So
again.
sweet.
It's time and space.
I think you're both out of your mind. All right, Beach. Beach. What's the last thing you Googled? Last thing you Googled.
Honestly,
Yep. I got
invited
Don't lie to me.
I know I got invited to this awesome event last night by a group called Branded.
Oh, nice.
And at the last minute, someone said, there's 2 Ocean Primes. Make sure you go to the right one.
Yeah.
And I was Googling to try to figure out what Ocean Prime I needed to go to.
I'll tell you a funny story, by the way. So we had dinner plans a couple of years back, and it was a similar situation. I don't remember. Maybe it was Ocean's Prime. I don't remember. But we went in the Uber, and we went to the wrong one. and I'm like, wow, this is really, it said like it was 8 minutes away, and it's like 15 minutes later. And the driver, I'm like, driver, where are we going? And he goes, and we were going like downtown Phoenix or something.
But see, I figured out your motive.
Yeah.
Because your party is so popular and
Yeah.
everybody wants to go to it, that if you don't tell people which one to go to, 40% are going to go to the wrong one. And you'll be able to
That
figure
was
it out.
part of the strategy, yeah. All right, listen, this is the quick fire, and we're going very slow. Julie's yelling at me here. What's the Beach Bagel order? What is the Beach Bagel order?
So I am
Michael Beacham, president of CPK.
all right.
What is his bagel order?
I am I lived in Long Island. I worked in New York. But I'm a very simple eater. So I just want a salted bagel, maybe just some cheddar cheese on it.
Ah,
Wow, I got to tell you, I was thinking, you're not even going, you're going
No.
cheddar cheese.
I want to make a grilled cheese for
go to the salted bagel.
right.
Salted
and I want it,
bagel.
And I want it triple toasted,
Triple toasted.
toasted.
crunchy.
And the
cook
cheddar's
everything.
not melted, but it warms up because it's cold when it goes in there, or you melted it.
melting out.
Oh,
No,
so it's
That's why CPK is a dream job for me, because all of our pizzas are crispy. They don't come out flopping all over the place.
you can't have that.
I like
you want
things
that
that-
held up. It's just like this.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you. All-time favorite sauce or condiment? It's a
I'm not
simple
a
guy.
condiment guy. I'm not a condiment guy. That's a tough one.
What are you going with? You could just squirt any condiment in your mouth. What are you squirting in?
Can I make whipped cream with condiment?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Whipped cream.
Whipped
is
cream.
Yeah,
another
whipped
one, yeah.
cream. Are you doing just the
I don't
just
do,
the nitrous, or you
I-
getting?
I don't
you
need
going just the
mustard, mayos, I don't need
nitrous?
ketchup. I don't need any of them.
No,
Yeah.
you don't need any of this.
You and Paul Rudd. I love that. By the way, my wife also, no condiments. She wants the food wants to taste the food, doesn't want the vinegar.
Wait a minute. Time.
No
You
condiments.
telling me French fries? You don't dip you no ketchup with your French fries?
I've never had ketchup on a fry. Look, I'm a weird. I grew up in a military.
No,
academy.
by the way-
Sure about
I'm-
this,
I'm,
Beach.
I'm a weird guy.
Respect. I love that. I think it's
You've
so
never
cool.
had ketchup
I've had ketchup on a burger once or twice.
accidentally?
Yeah.
Because they like
Because-
McDonald's
'cause you-
burgers, they
well,
stick
yeah,
it on.
When
there.
you go and you place your order, and McDonald's is not great about special orders. So sometimes
No,
I get
that's why I
stuck
gotta
with
go
it.
to
Now I
Burger
don't want to
King,
go
right?
back in. Oh, I'm not.
Have it your way. Wait,
Yeah.
is that? Wait, hold the pickles, hold the lettuce. It's all right. You won't upset us.
That's
Have it your way.
Have it, right? Yeah, because McDonald's doesn't
Jingles.
have it. Burger King have it your way, right? They'll do anything you want.
McDonald's, you can take off the onions, take off the
You
pickles.
can do it. Yeah, you can
Scrape off the
yeah,
ketchup.
you can scrape. But okay. Last thing, if you're gonna challenge Jimmy Ryan to a surfing contest, Jimmy, take off your shirt. Who do you have better odds of beating? Surfing contest, Jimmy, Shatsy, Beach.
Who's going to win of the three?
Yeah. Who are you gonna beat? No, who are you gonna beat?
Who am I going to beat?
Yeah, in a surfing contest. We're out there in the in like Malibu or
Well,
something. Or
I live
maybe
in Cocoa Beach.
Yeah. So go ahead. It
Like
doesn't mean that
on
you
the same street as Kelly Slater. It's where his house where he grew up with all the waves there.
So you're a good surfer.
Nope. So
Oh,
I'm
you're not.
losing either way. So
Okay.
I can play it off. I got my Ron John gear, everything else,
Right.
but no, I'm gonna lose.
Shatz, have you ever surfed?
No, but I do an awesome kickboard
Okay.
though.
By the way,
You put me on a
because
kickboard.
I think the question was surfing content, not contest.
Yeah,
I
what-
think it's content.
Where is
And surfing content. I
what
think
the hell
I'm kicking,
surfing content?
I think like surfing the web. No, it's surfing. Oh, sorry, never mind. You were right.
Oh, it's
sorry, I
Dude,
was
talk about
surfing.
this. Julie
This
was okay
Sorry.
during this entire.
I guess that was my
stripper
Ron
day.
Burgundy moment.
This Saturday in Cocoa Beach they have the
Surfing
dog surfing
content.
competition.
Surfing up.
Dog
Yeah.
surfing.
By the way,
And
I
on
grew up
Christmas
in New
Eve,
York
they have the
City.
surfing
I grew up in New York
Santa.
City. There's no
There's
surfing.
All right, listen. I got to tell you, we're getting the sign. We're getting the Oscar music. Like Beach is like wins the award for Best Picture.
Beach has got stores to open,
And,
things to do, people to meet.
Well,
Beach,
listen,
I
Beach.
wanna-
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us and for being a great friend of Brandon. And I'm not going to let this episode end without big love to your lovely wife and your daughter.
Yeah,
Your daughter is a treasure and a miracle baby.
Thank you.
And love to see you guys together. So best to you and your family. Shatsy, if people want to get in touch with Beach, how do they do
Yeah,
that?
CPK. Is it CPK.com or California?
Beacham at CPK.com.
Oh no, not for you. If they want to find out where they're
CPK.com.
CPK.com.
Or you call me and I tell you what.
You're changing up the whole Olo situation. Maybe change the website. You're like, I gotta do something a little different there. What the hell?
CPK 40 and fabulous.
CPK.com and
CPK
40
40 and
40 and
fabulous.
okay with it.
we have 200. We have 200 stores, and Jimmy, myself, and Beach are going to open up 800 stores before the year's over, and we'll be here in January to celebrate our 1,000th store. Right,
There we
Jimmy?
go. We'll be here.
Yeah, well, maybe not here, but we'll be like somewhere. Yeah,
we
exactly.
go.
All right.
Beach, thank you
Cheers,
so
everybody.
much.
Thank you.